the 17th. Thank you, sir. The 17th annual convention. So I feel elated. 16 men in the past had this rarest of the rarest opportunity in inviting delegates to this wonderful convention. And today I am here inviting you all to the 17th here in Vijayawada. The term Vicheyandi, it means inviting a person in the most humblest and most politest way. The term was coined by Jaikar Garu. So Vicheyandi, Vijayawada coined very well. And thanks Jaikar Garu for this wonderful phrase, which also happens to be the hashtag of Vijayawada 2023. So it's unfortunate that we came across a lot many shattering messages, and it's time we pay some tributes to them. Kindly let's observe a couple of minutes silence. Please turn off your mobiles. Thank you. The OC, we had requests from many delegates who want to share their good remembrances and memories with, and some of them, Sachin, Prithvi, Mr. Deepak Chaudhary, Venkatesh, and Mr. Ramanak Banerjee. So whoever want to share their moments and remembrances, you are welcome. Please, sir.
Friends, I'm not happy at all to share his experiences with you. Kindly bear with me. It's difficult to control the emotions, because he was not only the best friend, he was like my brother. We are from the same Nashik. First of all, let me give my introduction. Because many may not be knowing me. I am Aniruddha Phadke. I retired as PCW and then Dean, PCW South Central Railway. I was Principal Chief Electrical Engineer. Anyway, coming to Sachin, on 8th May when I received a call from his mother in the afternoon, around 16:30 hours, that he has fallen down from his bed in his room, in his house, during his afternoon sleep.
Incidentally, before I had a conversation or interaction with Sachin, so happened, as sir was mentioning, I had this opportunity. Few loco pilots, I am a loco pilot, of course retired now, and few loco pilots across the country should have had Phadke sir on board, monitoring or operating by train. And once it was Kakinada Sainagar Shade Express, and I was told that then CAD Mr. Phadke sir will be operating, and I saw lot many people getting into the cab, and one was Sachin, which I was not aware. I thought an official attached to Phadke sir. Later I was nominated by Vijayawada division to take part in RAM4 shooting. The moment Sachin saw me, he came down running and told, "Sir, the other day I saw you with Phadke sir." Then I asked him, "Who are you?" He told, "I am Sachin sir, I am a rail fan." Then later on he added me to the group, and here I am presenting my own words about Sachin. So anybody, Anand Koteja, please go.
Shubhprabhatam to everyone. Thank you to the OC for giving me the opportunity to place respect to the past members. First of all, to give my introduction basically to all those who are not aware. Myself, Aman Tuteja from Lucknow. So this is basically my 4th convention. Now, as far as the remembrances go, I personally knew only Sachin Buddhisagar and Prithviraj Yodu. I had a conversation with the OC regarding giving this speech in their respective Matrabhashas, like Sachin being a Marathi, and Prithvi being a Kannada, so being in Kannada. But for the sake of putting forward the feelings to everyone, I'll keep it in plain, simple English. So thank you, sir, for the opportunity, but I would like to present in English only. The first one being the Sachin Buddhisagar. I first met him at the 2018 BRC convention, which was my first one. When I saw him, I had a very great experience with that guy basically, since he was also part of the OC. Wearing that DAY-1 style cap and wearing a beard basically. So I had to give a presentation at that point of time, so I was coordinating with Sachin sir only. That could not come on the cards actually, because the presentation was of not a good quality. So ultimately I was a bit pissed off regarding that, but then again later I realized that when you're giving a presentation at the conventions, there are chief guests who happen to be the top brass of the IR. So the content has to be top notch. So that came a realization to me that I need to do more R&D in the future in case if I need to present in case if I need to make any sort of presentations. Now, post that, what I liked really about Sachin sir was that he was a very hardcore rail fan, as mentioned by Phadke sir. But he was more into electrics, and that was pretty much evident with the conversations that he did on the forums everywhere. That being said, he never disrespected the diesel locos. We were pretty much aware how much the E versus D fights go over here, the electrical versus mechanical fights go over here. But he never went to that personally. Apart from that, I guess in 2020, I was busy in my commitments, so I couldn't have conversations with him more or less. 2021, he was pretty much busy because at that point of time, the corona had gone away and he was more into his, like Phadke sir said, scuba diving. He was again over there into his personal commitments. Now, the best thing about Sachin sir was that he was a no-nonsense guy. You talk to him properly, he'll talk back to you properly. If you don't, he won't care what is your age group, whatever the thing is, he'll give you back replies as sharp as he could. And there's a spamming goes on that in the social railway groups basically, that people sometimes, somebody posts stickers, somebody starts spamming within their respective languages. So obviously Sachin Buddhisagar sir, being a guy he started spamming in his Matarbhasha, that is Marathi. And it followed by many songs. I'm not sure what the verses were exactly, but then again, everybody realized that something, we have to stop it somewhere or the other. For which he specifically co-founded a Telegram group along with Vicheyandi sir, Khalid Kagzi sir, to name a few of the people. And that is the place where you get the authentic content regarding the railways. All other groups, basically they are more or less just for the entertainment purposes. But as far as Telegram goes, that is Railway Discussion Group, if I'm pronouncing it correctly as of now. That is the place where you get the authentic things. Now the thing was, in 2021 actually, I found him pretty much offline. In fact, in 2022. So, since he being a person, he was very much active regarding the railways, but he was not, unfortunately. I had a conversation with him, tried calling him, then I messaged him. I found out that he's busy with his personal commitment, that is fine. Then as Phadke sir said on 8th May, that was the doomsday basically for us. That being a Sunday, if I'm not wrong. Even I was at my shop and I was wondering, I haven't had to chat with Sachin sir for so long, so let me do that. But then again, I being a businessman, my shop opens on Sunday and I was pretty much busy in my business. By the evening, when I thought of calling him and when I saw the messages, the unexpected thing came. That was the news of his demise. So, the guilt feeling that I have in myself is basically that I couldn't call him at the right time when I was thinking to call him. So what I have later learned on is basically to connect with all the people post-corona. If you feel like calling them, don't give a damn whether they are asleep, what they are doing actually, do that. Because in doing that, you never know. That might be the last call of yours to that respective person. Now coming to Prithvi Raj basically, Prithvi Raj Chiyodu. Then again, I also met him for the first time in 2018. He, as far as I remember, my first impression of that guy He was a chubby person, fun-loving person who came to me and wished me in Hindi. Now let me be very frank with you guys. You might call me a bit old school, but then again old thought process person. I had a conception that South Indians generally, South Indians being all the people from the South down here, they generally don't converse with you in Hindi. But then again, that mental barrier got broken when Prithvi wished me in Hindi basically over there. So I was pretty much comfortable with him. So because of that mental block, I tried to converse with him in English. He was pretty much responding to that. But additionally, he was properly responding to me in Hindi. So that gave me a good impression, okay, that people down here are good enough. So I started conversing with him. And this is the reason basically that I am basically now very good friends with a SCR gang. First one being Raghuram Pravalla. He was my roommate in 2018 convention itself. And from there, basically the flat gets opened and we are friends more or less. I being from the northern state, the SCR gang pretty well knows me and I pretty well know them. Apart from that, when I later started conversing with Prithvi, wishing him on his birthdays, basically, I came to know that he had lost his parents at a very early age. That really shook me terribly because I was pretty much wondering how much does this guy manage. I cannot stay an hour away from my mother. So how could he manage to live his life without his parents? He was just staying with his aunt, Buaji, what we call in North basically. And I also came to know that his Fufaji is also no more. So what I basically learned from is how to move on in life and live life to the fullest, because he didn't have a family. But then again, we all friends, all of the Rail fan community, he made us his family. And I also started treating him like a younger brother. We called him Tamma, I guess, in Kannada, if I'm not wrong. So I started treating him as a younger brother. In the following conventions when I met him, I basically made it a point, a priority to give more time to this my Tamma and see if he's facing any problems and basically give him my experiences so that he doesn't face anything of that sort. Now, Prithvi was a very good RCB fan and specifically Virat Kohli fan also. So we also had some light banters regarding when Virat Kohli was not in good form. I always used to say to Prithvi that Virat Kohli any given day is a good captain but a better batsman. He never agreed upon that. So that being said, these things kept on happening and these light banters kept on happening. That never affected our relationship. It in fact made our relationship even more stronger. 2020 I wasn't able to attend. 2022 I met him at the convention at the SGUJ. Basically, and coming to October 2022, that was one of the lowest points of my life. And so I was basically having a discussion with one of my friends. And I came home at 4 in the morning, post discussion with my friend regarding my personal life and all those things. So I was just about to message him that I have reached my home safely. But then again, I saw a couple of messages circulating in Africa group, IRFCA, if I am pronouncing it correctly. There I saw that unfortunate message which came from Rajesh Mishra. And that really shook me very, very terribly because I never expected in the wilderness of my dreams that I won't be able to meet him. Even basically coming to this convention, I was under the presumption that I will meet him somewhere or some other with all the SCR gang. But then came the realization that that is not going to happen anymore. We have to live with that. The fond memories that I have of that guy, that he was always smiling. He always put his personal troubles behind and smiled when he was in conversation with all of you guys. So I'll be missing him very, very terribly. And I wish that wherever Sachin sir and Prithvi sir are, they will be the same person as they are. And I wish that even post attaining Sadgati, if they are again born in somewhere else, I just pray to God that they are born with the same attitude with which they departed from this world. Now coming to Ronak Banerjee and Venkatesh Samant. Both being very young RS, I never personally knew them. But by the content which I saw of Venkatesh Samant, it was pretty much evident that he had a X factor regarding the clicking of photos of railways. Ronak Banerjee, I don't have any idea of. I got to know later on that he is from Lucknow, and at Siliguri convention only we got to know about his demise. So I was not really aware of this person. But then again, what I really wish to God is, wherever all the departed people are, kindly provide them Sadgati, and they be the same people that they were when they departed from this world. Om Shanti.
I too had one among the last conversations with Prithvi. It was all about designing this tag. So what we are wearing this was designed by Prithvi. So being a tech savvy, he sent me some of the images in a different format, which I couldn't open in my mobile. So I texted him back, there was no reply. Later he promptly called me back and told, sir, I was a bit busy with some of his personal works, and here I am forwarding the most easy openable forward, and he forwarded to me. Incidentally, we have a badge in the kit, Pramod Komatil. Please. Okay, this is Pramod Komatil. He sponsored the badge for which is part of the kit. And when he asked me for a design what we are doing for this banner and all, I just forwarded this image to him, which came in the form of a badge. So, anybody more who want to express their views? About Mr. Deepak Ray Chaudhary.
There will be the PPT will be there.
PPT, you will present the PPT. Okay. So, Sridhar Joshi sir.
During the last SUJ convention, I, Prithvi and Rajesh Mishra, Apurv Joshi, we four travelled. We planned a trip. Initially, I was not ready. I didn't know what was the plan and everything, but then these guys said we will do a 1 week trip before that. We'll go until Dibrugarh and then we'll come back. In this trip, the one incident that happened was we happened to miss our Rajdhani to Dibrugarh, and we booked in a different train and then we proceeded. That was, a highlight. But I never realized, or we never thought that celebrating the birthday at SGVJ convention would be the last week. After that, I got busy with my own life and I moved to Bangalore, and I was working there. But somehow in between we were working. But when I saw the morning of the day he passed away, that next day morning, I woke up and saw the messages. Immediately I called Sachin Nandekar and others also. I spoke to PVS. It was really shocking and unexpected. I never expected this to happen, especially to a guy. Anyway, whatever happened has happened, but I just wish everyone to take care of yourself. Times have changed, especially with what we had in the last 2 years. Everybody should take care of their own health. That's it. Thank you.
First timers in this convention, please. Any other? Please come up to the desk. Please come. All first time comers, please come to the desk.
So most of you, some of you might know me well.
Which place?
I am from Hyderabad. So this is my first time at the convention. So prior to 2020 COVID, so I was just watching videos. I am a trail fan since childhood. I was grown up in Bongir and Jangaon, which are in the Secunderabad Kazipet line. So I used to watch trains from my school. So after starting my job, I just watched the YouTube videos and thought most of them are just YouTubers. But one day when NS Aditya and some other rail fans became friends and introduced me about IRFCA, it was totally different. Then I realized who are the right people and who are just YouTubers. So it is totally different. Conversating with each and every rail fan, they know a lot more and lot more than about railways and each and every technical photography and whatever it is. So it is totally different thing. So it's wonderful feeling to be here today. I wish more such things to happen and more of them become friends to me. That's very beautiful feeling to be here.
अभी आपका नंबर
This happens to be school fanning rather than rail fanning.
Hi everyone, hope I am audible to you all. So myself Saurabh from DDU, that is former Mughal Sarai, as you all know. We don't prefer calling it DDU now, so just a short form. So basically my journey started as everyone is here, has been started right in the childhood. I used to roam in Mughal Sarai yard on my cycle and grew up this with so-called thing that is called rail fanning, which I got to know later. And as I grew up, I met few people online. I came to the internet world in 2017, quite late from you people, but yeah, I met few people and after that I started experiencing this thing while that sharing pictures and videos, and after that I started my journey as well of sharing and clicking pictures and then traveling all over India. Most of the people might think that this is my first convention, but this is my first convention in person. Last year I was in Siliguri chasing you people on board on my scooty, if you remember correctly. So it was quite a good experience and I was always thinking of this attending in-person meeting with all the people, and finally it happened. Thank you all for organizing this, the OC committee and everyone. Thank you. Okay sir.
Hello, I am Neeraj from Chennai. Actually, I got introduced into this group by Anirudh, who is also here. He is our family friend. And during my college, many years ago, say around 2009-10, it used to come in a newspaper that Indian Railways Fan Club, they are having a website, and sometimes I used to go through that and read some articles. They were very wonderful at the time. Of course, after that college and then work and we got busy. And now this is my first session and first convention. So during my childhood, I used to come to my grandfather's house in same Chennai only, Kodambakam. So while we were, every time I come, we used to go and sit at the Kodambakam railway station from evening 4 to evening 7. Whatever local trains, express trains, that time it was meter gauge and broad gauge. So local trains we used to come in meter gauge and some trains in broad gauge also. So that was some experience. Then I had the opportunity to go on the last meter gauge heritage run, which happened on I think 18th January 2004. So 18th January or 24th January, one of those days. So we went from Egmore to Vandalu. So after that the line got closed for gauge conversion. So that was a really good experience. And recently this heritage run happened on Independence Day. I think yesterday also it happened. So we saw that from close quarters. So some some interaction and some experience. Which team, of course, NMR was there. So those kind of experience. Now I am kind of part of this group, so hope to enjoy more. So just to introduce myself, I am Neeraj and work as Senior Manager in Indian Bank, Chennai. And so this is, I am from Chennai, so this is the first time I am coming to Vijayawada. And thanks to the organizing committee and Pradeep sir especially. So thank you.
welcome. तेरी औकात बात की है ना, बात है
Good morning, everyone. I am Bhanu Prasad and I'm based out of Hyderabad. Little introduction about me. I haven't been part of forums or railway photography much, but I've been a rail fan since the age of 3 months itself. So before learning multiplication tables, I was aware of trains at a glance tables and the stations and from Chandigarh to Chennai. Thanks to my father's transferable job, since childhood I've been traveling, and thanks for not having direct north-south links. We had to change trains at multiple locations, and fortunately I had the chance of experiencing NWR meter gauge also, and that's it. Haven't been part of forums or groups, but I have experienced rail fanning since childhood. And now, being part of this forum, I feel delighted and looking forward for many other conventions and meetups as well. Thanks to OC, thanks everyone. See you all.
Hi, yeah. So good morning. Hope everyone knows me. Like, I'm not very active. It's like almost 10 years I'm planning to, come to the convention, but finally I made it. I'm Devan Chauhan from Hyderabad, but basically born and brought up in West Bengal. And since railways, since my childhood, school, I started traveling in trains, in local trains from say 5th standard onwards, from Delhi, Kolaghat to Howrah. And it was kind of more of part of my whole, schedule, like traveling in trains. And that was, one of the major, it influenced me a lot in, and gave me interest in knowing about trains and all. I was actually, I joined IRFCA forum like way back in 2006 when it was Yahoo Groups. Then it became the separate website. But yes, I was part of it since long, but kind of very much sleeping, observation and all. Now coming to the discussions and all, I'm like not very active in the forum, but yeah, I am much kind of active in social media, mostly in Instagram. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. My name is Professor Dr. Kalyan Sundaram. I live in Pune, but I am from TPJ, Tiruchirappalli. Okay. So my association with railways has been since childhood. I'm a railway fan always. In my 8th standard, I attempted making a steam engine in school as a model. That was a big thing in those days. It didn't work well, but still it was an attempt. I did experiments at home. I was fascinated by science. And thanks once again, what the earlier two speakers mentioned, when we had to go from Pune to TPJ, we always had to get down at Chennai, and our railway thing would, direct ticket would be with a breakout journey in Chennai usually, because by the time we reach Chennai, we'll be all black. In those days, it used to be the great steam engine. So the steam engine fascinated me. And after this, when I did my BTech, I became a life member of the Institute of Rail Transport. I applied for that examination specifically to become a life member of the Institute of Rail Transport. That's an association with the railways. And then whenever any forums were there where I was a very strong and prolific writer, I continue to do so even today. I'm going to have a small talk shortly. At that time, we'll see in detail. I would like to express some of those issues there. I'm an inventor, basically. It turned out I became an inventor. I've done a couple of contributions here, a lot of contributions in the industry on this. With this, I think we'll take you to the next speaker. Thank you very much. It was very nice meeting and seeing. The reason a railway is successful or project is successful is because of passionate people and fans, fan groups. And this, I'm also a member of the ST state Lal Dabba, as they call in Maharashtra, the Red Dabba group. So this will be another rail Dabba group with which I am associated. It is very nice knowing all of you. Thank you so much.
Good morning all. So Ganesh Ram, so base CPE, though currently settled in MIS region. So I grew up the track building my house, that is the PGT PDJ section. So where seeing the yellow red liveried S12 KK Express, yellow green liveried Jayanti Janta Nizamuddin Mangalore. Okay. So that's what I with all the way WPs and all, that's what drew my interest towards trains. And 2002 I found out there are many people like me who was interested in railways through the S12 Southern Railway Discussion Forum, and then it translated to Yahoo groups and then IRFCA, but now not active on IRFCA group, to be I admit that, but yes, I'm really happy, though I want to attend this event this year at Glitch. So I'm glad that I am in the august presence of all of us. Professionally, I am working in Chennai in energy footage. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Myself Shomanko Tiru. I am born and brought up in Kolkata and I live in Kolkata, but I am very much attached to my root, that is Jharkhand, and I am associated with Tata Nagar. So my rail fanning started from a very early age, because as we all know, as we all grew up seeing trains, my father's side is of Jharkhand and my mother's side is of Assam. So from the very small age, I started traveling in trains. That time we didn't have broad gauge till Silchar. We had to change at Guwahati. So that time when narrow gauge trains used to ply, I was always told by my elders that those trains are not at all punctual. So don't ever think of traveling the Chota Gadi. Little gauge. Yes. So they used to tell me those trains are not at all punctual, don't travel in those. So what happened? Now till today I haven't traveled in any narrow gauge or meter gauge, just because that I have missed the golden opportunity of NFR. I haven't travelled yet, but I am planning soon to visit Kalka Shimla. And the thing is that I am very much happy that Indian Railways, the top officers, are getting to know what rail fans are, who are rail fans. We have Saurav Prakash, then Avinash Patil. From them, these people are getting in touch with us. We are also being recognized by the railway communities and the Indian Railways. And I am very much grateful to a few members over here who are from Bengal, who encouraged me to attend this year's convention. This is the first time. Last year also I wanted to attend, but the registration got closed, and I planned my Shiliguri journey in such a way I would have got only 3 to 4 hours to attend the convention. So I couldn't join. Thankfully, I came here, and all the very best to all of you. Thank you.
So myself, Shidu from Kolkata, and my nearest station is Lake Gardens, which is a suburban section. So, as all others, my rail fanning experience started at a very young age, around 5-6. And it still continues because of the reason that my father has a habit of traveling every 1 or 2 months to some place nearby. Now he doesn't travel by train due to his age and his collapse problem, but when I was small we used to travel by train through the length and breadth of the country around all kinds of gauges like meter gauge, broad gauge, narrow gauge not so much. So I have pictorial memories of those kinds of journeys. I don't remember anything else, but I remember watching freights, traveling through freight yards, and then that's where my interest for freight comes through. And along with that, watching freights through the Garden station towards Bajaj region. Now obviously freights are very less in that region, so I'm more interested in railway operations and making sketches about railway layouts and complex layouts of railways. And I'm an architect by profession, and I have a interest in railway buildings and complex layouts of railways. So thank you for inviting me for BZA convention, and very happy to meet all of you. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Myself Shirish Koratkar from Thane. From my age of 2 to 3 I started falling in love with trains. Actually I am born in Pune, but later my father transferred to Mumbai. So frequently we were travelers of Mumbai, Pune, and from that section I started falling in love with. Precisely Indrayani was our the train which we used to take often. And from that age, I started questioning my father regarding railways. One of the prominent question I remember is that time I was unaware of the rakes and locomotives at all. So we used to arrive at Thane and then we used to board a local train and we used to arrive at Vicheyandi. So that time there were DC locals. So during the departure, the DC locals used to create the particular type of noise. So I used to always question that why we get these sounds only local trains and why not in an Indrayani Express. So later in one trip when we arrived at Ahmedabad and we had time, so we saw the coupling of Saurashtra Express with the CM type. So that time I heard that the DC sound with that locomotive. So that time my father explained that it only comes in the locomotive and in this sort of. So that is one of my fond memory, and this is the first time I am in this IRFCA convention and I wish to attend the future conventions. Thank you.
Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskar, good morning to all of you. I am the first time entering this IRFCA group. I am retired from the OS in Department of Telecommunication. Such a long time. Today only I am very much satisfied. Why I am telling this bad meanings? After 60 years, I am really happy today because I am very much interested in railway field. But my parents not allowed to join this department. When I wrote the written examination RRB, second at Hyderabad school only. And I also successfully come out with the result, but my parents not allowed to join this department because you are the transferable cadre, you is going the TPJ, MDO and BZA and something, don't go there. Afterwards I will join the Department of Telecommunication and worked as a OS and retired now. After the 6 years, my ambition is successfully in the railway. Because never get a chance to opportunity for the, like you people I met today. I very much really thanks to God and you people, everything. And your banner is shows in the South Central Railway. I think it's a WDM4, like looks like this color, this symbol also. So very much. Next time I will meet in the next convention. My name is P. Bhaskaran. I am from Chennai. Thank you very much to all.
So, hi all, I'm Rajesh from Thane, but living in Delhi for a while now. Love for railways was always there ever since I was a kid, and I remember this one particular story when I was like really little, and my parents were sleeping, and I just got off the train on some random station in the night, and the train left. But yeah, they didn't find me. I'm here. But yeah, railways have always been loved, and I'm sure everyone who knows me now knows that. I love railways. I mean, every day in office, at exactly 5:17, Rajasthani passes from behind my office to Mumbai. And everyone is like, oh, Rajesh, aapki gaadi gayi. I was like, yeah, that's my car. Anyway, Rajesh from Thane. Unfortunately, I didn't travel a lot on Indian Railways, as I was always out of the country. But I plan to now. Definitely, yes, and lovely meeting you all, thank you.
Good morning to all. I am Ashwin from Delhi, and I have been a member of IRFCA since 2010 or 11. So, the first convention that I got to know was happening was the Kolkata one. Since then, I have been wanting to visit each and every convention, but due to some or the other reason, I couldn't. So this is my first convention, and I've been a rail fan since age immemorial, like all of you. Like what made me a rail fan, I guess, was the long journeys in the Kerala Express. To meet my grandparents. We used to travel from New Delhi to Palakkad during my summer vacations. So I used to count all the stations. I used to memorize all the stations, their timings, etc. And I used to prepare my own timetables of the trains. And since 2010, I started photography. I bought a camera and I went through the pictures. I bought a book by Apurva sir, at WDM2 book, and it made me explore more and more sections. Lalam sir, Apurva sir, they inspired me to cover more and more the length and breadth of country. So that's all, and I'm working as an advocate now. I work as a law researcher with a Supreme Court judge. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is DSP Anirudh. I frequently moonlight the history forums on the IRFCA site, so I guess a lot of people would have heard my name. This is my first convention. Thanks to Aravind for helping me with everything to attend this. I've been part of the forums for many years now. So I started out like all of you as a rail fan. I'm from Kakinada, by the way, and my house was right beside the railway tracks. It used to overlook the railway tracks, so been looking at trains since childhood. And then, once I started my undergrad, I was like engineer at heart, so my interest in trains was mainly like, look at the locomotive, how it works and everything. But then, I used to take the Sarkar Express from Kakinada to Chennai regularly. And we used to have fights with people, they're like, it's a slow train, Belgadi hai. So I had to defend my favorite train's honor. So I was like, I wanted to dig up some details, ki dekho, this train has such a glorious history. And somehow from there, it just spiraled out, and now I'm somewhere else, and I've been very fascinated with railway history since then. And also thanks to one of our members, Simon Dallal, who researched about the Red Hill Railroad and everything. So all these people, met many wonderful people here, and it's nice to attach a face to all the names that I've been seeing in the forums all these years. Hope I'll be able to make it to more conventions in the coming years. Thank you.
IRFCA, where it all started, the mother of all, the OG of all. We grew up watching the Apurva Bahadurs, the Shashankanandas, the Binay Sankars and the Bharat Gurus. And there, from then on, it was a journey into a vast unexplored world. As the saying goes, once a wise man said that you are born a rail fan, you don't become a rail fan. I am Shaurya Basu. I am a student of Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya, which was formerly known as National Rail and Transportation Institute, which is India's first transportation-focused university, based in Baroda, in Nayak campus. I am from Bali, Howrah. So, wherever I have been fortunate enough that my home has always been near a railway station. I was born and brought up in Uttarpara. So, and I owe my, you can say, introduction, or in Bengali we say Hate Khodi, in rail fanning, to my grandmother. Why? Because she has passed into the heavenly abode now. And I remember her fondly that she used to take me to the railway station every evening. In Uttarpara is the Howrah-Bardhaman main line. So she used to take me to watch the local trains. And in the evening slot, we had a lot of trains going to Bolpur, Azimganj, via the BAK loop and the Sahibganj loop, and all were powered by Alco locomotives. So you can say the little boy's heart also resonated with the glorious chug of the 251B Alco block whenever it chugged along the station along with its glorious smoke. And I am happy to have so much experience and also young blood. It's the main USP of this whole forum and this whole group is its diversity. And we have so many different talented people from so many different backgrounds, and I am more than happy to learn and share my experiences and also take in valuable inputs from each and every one. And I look forward to having a blast at Vijayawada. Thank you so much.
Good morning all gentlemen. Myself is Ashwin Soman. I am from Thane, one of the first railway station of Indian Railways. I got introduced to railways because I was just leaving around the railway station, and every evening my father or my grandfather used to take me to watch, especially WCM1 Hall Deccan Queen. You must be knowing all Pune guys and Mumbai guys. What was the importance of WCM1 at that time? That was a charm. And after watching that special livery of WCM1, I automatically got involved in all the rail activities like watching signals, watching the tracks or turnouts, overhead electric wires. Then I got introduced to diesel. Initially I used to think, oh shit, diesel, all the smokers. And now I'm not that much lucky to experience that kind of diesel and steam era actually. Now currently I myself is working in merchant navy as a marine engineer. I'm a third engineer for last 10 years. But still, when I come after 6 months, my first priority is to take the ticket of CST and just travel by CST local, not by car or not by anything. Just to experience that 15 rupees travel and just get your mind fresh after 6 months. That is every rail fan's dream. Even when I am on board, I just keep watching the videos like just 2 days back only I saw the Mani Vijay's video, sirs, then VSP sirs, and all these guys like Shashank Nanda, Bharat Moro sir, everybody. And I was not at all active on this forum for last maybe few years. And I am attending this first time because of my job I could not attend for last 10 or 13 years since I knew about this convention from 2009. So this time I gave push to myself and I told no, this time job is aside, I will go first for convention and wait for this rail family. Thank you for being here. I want to thank all the organizers and everybody to have such a wonderful organization. Thank you.
For sharing your wonderful experiences. Anything first is always interesting, and your first rail planning almost we heard from you. Thank you, then you can start your session. Before that, during tea break, I request you all to, which of those is not available, kindly get your tags. Lunch will be only on presentation of the tag. Following that, you also bring your, in the part of the kit you have a pen and pad. The first session will be quiz. So be here with your pen and pad. We mostly will arrange the kits for those who have not taken.
Mr. Deepak Rai Chaudhary, who was posting about the history of the railways in Eastern India in particular as Rail Poka. It is called the rail insect in Bengali in our forums. And sadly he registered for this event and passed away in November. So he planned to present about his book Rail Nama, which is supposedly coming few months later, about his book, and he wanted to present it. He could not complete the entire presentation. Myself and Siru worked on it, and every bit of information you will see is actually created by the late member. And for the introduction part about him, I would request to Bappada, Mr. Topon Pal, to kindly do the introduction to late Mr. Deepak Rai Chaudhary, then on we will continue.
Futuristic travel and food and comfort. I worked on a lot of areas. There are problem areas which I found recently after COVID especially. Many food canteens all along the railway stations have stopped, and the food is packaged many hours in advance. It is reheated at some place. Somebody delivers it 4 hours or 6 hours in advance, and then you get the food is not very nice to eat. I am not just here to talk about the health aspect. I am also going to talk about the taste aspect also. So I have worked a lot on this, and I have tried. I'll tell you the genuine problems and then we'll go about it. I am trying to be a professor of railway happiness. So
you're
that's
in the right place.
Yes, sorry?
You're in the right place.
Yeah, okay. So we'll just say. So first, essentials of life, if you just consider journey of life as a journey itself. Food, clothing, shelter and entertainment is what we require. So today I'm going to start about, we all need fresh, hot food. And it will be, any ideas? Yes.
The car packet from Shangalpur junction should come back, sir. The car packet which you used to take.
covered packet at Samanpur junction, which we are missing very badly nowadays.
Correct. Yes, any other ideas? Talk about it. I'm going to talk about pakoda bhajis. Yes, next. Sorry, Deccan Queen? Okay, fantastic. Yes.
Puri sabji in general. Nowadays you don't get puri sabjis anywhere actually.
You hit the nail. I'm working on that project. Next. All right. My point is,
The Janta Khana which used to get 15 rupees, in which you used to get 7 puris and aloo curry.
fantastic. Now, I miss. All right. I think, yes.
Fish fry from Deccan Queen dining car.
Very good. Okay, next. You have a Bengal support, entire Bengal supporting for me.
Gudur dosa. Gudur dosa and gudur.
Generally, snacks in all asked him to describe a coconut tree. So all he knew was the cow. So he wrote a long essay about the cow and said, get a rope and tie the cow to the coconut tree. That is how he established the connection between a quiz question and your quiz answer. If that is the connection that you want to establish, such an off-topic connection, please go ahead and do it. Okay. Okay, here are the rules. There are 23 questions in the quiz. Each question comes with a picture before or alongside the question, directly or indirectly associated with the question. Random questions have a bonus question also. So there are certain questions where we need two answers, one for the main question and one for the bonus question. And the entire quiz is connected by a theme. Right? So what we need you to write down is answers to the 23 questions, answers to the bonus questions when they appear at random, plus find out the theme. Gentlemen, please be seated. Kindly arrange your seats accordingly. Quiz finals, bidding for the next convention, and an interest topic is about to follow. Please be seated in an orderly manner. Thank you.
Bring a bit counting officer.
The subject being the expanse of Indian Railways.
Good afternoon, everyone. This happens to be my first presentation at any convention. So if any small errors and all occur, please excuse me kindly. This project actually, after our country entered the 75th year of independence last year, I got an idea of how many districts does Indian Railways cover, how many stations in each district the Indian train passes and all. So I have done a survey for almost 450 districts of the country, and in every state, how many junctions are there, how many stations are there, have covered everything, and I've made it like a compendium in this. Good. So it will be an interactive session. I'll be asking a few questions of a few states, the highest number of railway stations, the lowest number of railway stations, junctions, and the states which have the highest number, maximum number of railway stations. Mini quiz. Kind of. It includes Coimbatore also. Yeah, everything in India. As a nation, stepped into the I think you can read from here. There are many agencies which have found many statistics like education, health and all, but there was not any single study which pertains to the study of Indian Railways, its penetration and its percolation. So this was a bit comprehensive exercise.
to just lines hundreds of districts and junctions in almost 3 dozen states and UTs. Covering all these intricate aspects to light on several interesting findings of priorities. The next thing I'll be dealing about the methodology, how I undertook the study. I think I already told you that it's an extensive study comprising of all the union territories and states where Indian Railways passes. I have not included the UTs like Lakshadweep, Andaman, which are not connected by trains. This is the methodology. Under every province, under every state have adopted 5 different type of classifications. The first classification was the total number of districts in the state. The second classification, the districts that have a rail connectivity. The third classification, the district headquarters having a rail connectivity. The fourth classification, you have district headquarters which do not have a rail connectivity, but the district has a rail connectivity. For example, in Maharashtra, Beed district, Beed doesn't have a railway line, but two stations in Beed district have a railway line. Similarly, in Kallakurichi district of Tamil Nadu, you have railway line that passes through the district, but the town of Kallakurichi is not connected by train. So that's the fourth type of classification. And the last classification is number of trains, number of districts which are not connected by any train. After every profile of every district, I have listed out the maximum number of stations, maximum number of stations in a district and least number of stations in a district. I have taken a range. Suppose if there are 3 stations in a district, that lies in the range of 1 to 10. If there are 12 stations in a district, it lies between 11 and 20. First, sir, VSP sir, Andhra Pradesh, can you just guess me how many stations are there total? Rough guess, rough estimate.
430.
How many pages of timetable are devoted to
Andhra Pradesh meaning not including Telangana.
No, only Andhra Pradesh, the present Andhra Pradesh. This is the details of Andhra Pradesh. Number of districts 26. Districts having rail connectivity 26. District headquarters having rail connectivity 24. In 2 districts, the line passes through, but the headquarters do not have.
What are those CCCs?
Konasima and Allur Sitaramraju district, Arakku. Headquarters at Palayarugat, sir. So it's not a, no one, every district in the state has a rail connectivity. Amalapurna, it doesn't have a rail connectivity. So this is the yeah. Annamaya. It's actually near Rajanpet, right? Not Raichoti. Rajanpet has a district headquarters. Pulivendula is in Kadapa.
It's not a district. Not a district.
Yeah, Pulivendula is not a district. Comes from the Kadapa district.
25 parliament constituencies have been converted into districts.
Yes.
Plus that
Arakku. Yes. And there another study is if a district headquarters is 20 kilometers from its nearest rail line, it is deemed to be not having a rail connectivity.
20 kilometers.
20 kilometers.
Yeah.
And this is the findings of Andhra Pradesh. The districts having the maximum number of railway stations, Anantapur district with 35, Tirupati with 28 and Guntur with 27. And the districts having the least number of railway stations, Anakapalli 9, Visakhapatnam 8 and Konasima 6. And
This also give us the reasoning why you think that, because it's a newer district.
Exactly. It depends on state to state, sir. And the range of districts has been given in the last paragraph. There are 4, sir.
Actually, it will be very complex.
There are 4 districts which have 1 to 10 stations. There are 12 districts which have 11 to 20 stations. There are 9 districts which have 21 to 30 stations. And there is only 1 district which have about 30 stations. And the another finding is about junctions. So Anantapur and Guntur districts have the maximum number of railway junctions. 4 in Anantapur and Guntur 4 and Tirupati have 3.
So the total number of railway junctions in AP is 33. The total number of railway junctions, excluding junctions, is 450, and a cumulative number of stations in AP is 483.
Wow.
This is just a junction where 3 lines emanate. Not by
which cabin controls those.
Exactly.
So bioprinting will be there.
Yes. Other no cabin junctions are not been included. This is Arunachal Pradesh, and Arunachal Pradesh has only 2 districts which have a railway line, and almost 23 districts do not have a railway line. As of now, the state is covered 26 districts, but this is after Jan 1st, 2023. So I have not included that. There are no railway junctions in the state. The cumulative number of railway junctions in Arunachal amounts to 3. Can anyone guess the number of stations in Assam? Assam. 120. No. Huh? No. Much more than.
It's more than 200.
Yes. 300 plus. Exactly.
More than 200.
Assam, you have a number of districts 34. Total number of districts having rail connectivity is 31. District headquarters having rail connectivity is 27. And district headquarters without rail connectivity is 4. And number of districts without rail connectivity is 3. I'll give you the rest. Karbi Anglong has a station, only 1 station. This is the overview of Assam. The districts having the maximum number of railway stations: Karimganj 24, Golaghat 24, and Tinsukia 19. So the districts having the least number of railway stations in Assam: Baksa, Bachali, and Chirang, 2 in each district, and West Karbi Anglong 1. And as you know, the range of stations in Assam. The junctions of Assam: Tinsukia and Karimganj have 4 junctions in their respective districts. The number of railway junctions in Assam is 30. The number of railway stations in Assam is 298. The cumulative number of stations in Assam is 328. More than 300. Can anyone guess the number of stations in Bihar? Huh?
1,100.
Modern present day Bihar.
Number of politicians.
The total number of districts in Bihar is 38. The districts having rail connectivity is 36. District headquarters with rail connectivity is 35. District headquarters without rail connectivity is 1. And 2 districts doesn't have a rail connectivity in Bihar. Next. This is the overview of Bihar. The maximum number of railway stations in Bihar and Patna district. It has 67 stations. Saran district has 41 railway stations. And Katihar district has 40 railway stations. And the least number of railway stations in Bihar: Kishanganj, Madhepura, and Shekhpura. They have the 3 districts have 8 railway stations each. And Kaimur district has the lowest number of railway stations, which are 7. And the range of railway stations in Bihar. Patna district has the highest number of railway junctions in India, 10 railway junctions, followed by Saran district, just 5 junctions. The number of railway junctions in Bihar is 59. The total number of stations excluding railway junction is 717. The total cumulative number of railway junctions in railway stations in Bihar is 776.
Inclusive of the halt station.
Sir?
Inclusive of the halt station.
The stations which are currently operative. No?
But halt?
Yes. Yeah.
It's including the flat.
There are 2. It's there in the book, I'm just saying. I just want to ask you a question. Can you just tell me the top 5 states in the country having the maximum number of railway stations?
UP, Bengal, West Bengal, UP, Bihar.
Anyone can stand up and tell.
No, West Bengal, Bihar, UP, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra.
Let's see the next. Yes. Yes.
UP. Maharashtra.
Yes. Yes.
I gave the 5.
No.
I gave 5.
Anyways, let's see those in subsequent slides.
Tamil Nadu.
Chandigarh. This is the only the station in this UT which has only one junction. That comes under Punjab. Mohali comes under Punjab. Now let's see Chhattisgarh. This is one of the state which has the less rail connectivity compared to its counterparts. So there are 32 districts in total. 21 districts have rail connectivity in Chhattisgarh. 15 district headquarters have rail connectivity. 6 district headquarters don't have any rail connectivity. And 11 districts entirely do not have any rail connectivity in Chhattisgarh. That is huge for an interland state. The maximum number of railway stations in Chhattisgarh are Raipur, Bilaspur and Bastar. And the least number of railway stations in Chhattisgarh happen to be Kanker, Baloda Bazar and Sakti, 2 each. Yes? Yes, it has. That's Dhantari. Yes, it has. Gauge conversion, the lines which are on the gauge conversion too have been included in the list.
What about Raipur, our Kendri line?
Yes, which are gauge abandoned lines are not included. Only the lines which are on the gauge conversion have been included in the list.
Even though Dhantari doesn't have relevant as of now, but you are included.
Yes, because it's on a gauge conversion line. And the number of junctions in Chhattisgarh is comparatively less to other parts of the country. Only the Raipur district has only 2 railway junctions, while the total number of railway junctions in Chhattisgarh is only 7. While the number of railway stations in Chhattisgarh is 142, and the cumulative number of railway stations in Chhattisgarh is 149, less than 150.
Right now it should be free because IRFCA is also there. IRFCA, Dharmadhyaga line is open.
I have included the list before 31st December 2020. That's included latest.
Raipur have 3 type junctions because it's a Raipur bypass. Pura, Raipur and
Sarna.
That's in different district. This is the national capital list. All the districts in Delhi have 11 districts in Delhi, 9 districts have a rail connectivity, 2 districts in Delhi do not have a rail connectivity. But as it's just an urban center, it doesn't matter. The rural populace are much dependent on railway stations than the urban. The maximum number of stations in Delhi are in the district of New Delhi, which have 13 railway stations, while Southwest Delhi district has just 1 railway station.
If you include metro, then there are 400 railway stations in Delhi.
I'll include the next list.
So metro is not coming under Metro is not coming under Kolkata is coming.
The total number of junctions in Delhi is 3. The number of railway stations excluding junctions is 42. And the cumulative number of railway stations in Delhi is 45.
Including suburban station. If it is IR station, really suburban.
Can anyone tell me the number of stations in Goa? Goa.
5.
Number of stations in Goa? Huh? You're close. 2 districts in Goa, 2 districts have a rail connectivity, but only 1 district headquarters is connected by train. South Goa district has 19 districts, while North Goa district has 3 stations, sorry. There are only 2 railway junctions in Goa, as you all know, Madgaon and Majota. Can anyone guess the number of stations in Gujarat?
400 something.
You'll be amazed by that number.
Less than 600.
More? 600. The number is even bigger.
900?
No. Who said 729? You're close.
747.
This is the number of data in Gujarat. All the 33 districts have a rail connectivity. All the 32 district headquarters are connected by train. Only one district headquarters is not connected by train. Which one? I'll let you. And Vadodara district has the highest number of railway stations in Gujarat. It has 77 railway stations in Gujarat. Everything included. Navapur is in Gujarat.
No, half of it is in Maharashtra.
I have counted in Gujarat itself.
So how we got in half? Or what? 0.5.
Both, yes. Yes, done. And Vadodara has 77 railway stations. Ahmedabad has 53 railway stations. And Vicheyandi has 42 railway stations. And the least number of railway stations in Gujarat are Porbandar 4, Mahisagar 3 and Dang 2. The maximum number of railway junctions in Gujarat are spread across Vadodara, 7 railway junctions, Ahmedabad 5 railway junctions and Anand 2 railway junctions. The total number of railway junctions in Gujarat are 67. The total number of stations in Gujarat excluding junctions is 707. 774 is the total number of stations in Gujarat. Normal stations and junctions.
Have you taken the sampling in these?
All done.
Bilimoria?
Yes, everything done. I don't divert trains.
How do you do it?
This is Harkari. Anyone guess the number of stations in Haryana?
300.
Below 100.
Huh?
200.
I want the participation from the backbenches.
130. Near about below 100. In 90 or 100.
How many stations in Haryana?
Not more than that.
22 districts have rail connect are in total. 21 districts have rail connectivity and 20 district headquarters is connected by train. The Jind district of Haryana has a maximum of 26 railway stations, followed by the district of Bhiwani 19 and our famous steamshed Rewari 17 railway stations in this district. The least number of railway stations in Haryana are in Yamuna Nagar 3, 5, Panchkula 3 and Chakri Dadri 2. The number of railway junctions in Haryana is 17. The number of railway stations in Haryana is 207. The total number of railway stations in Haryana is 224. Someone said 200 above.
Visaji will lead this effort along with Arjun Gopal, who is also willing to help out with Visaji. Okay, thank you all.
Not impossible. I have done already my homework.
I will just take 5 minutes. About a month ago, I came to Imphal, and this is the pictures of the under construction station there. My host was very, he wanted to know why I want to go there, because the line has not come there. Only the station is being put in place. So I will just show those pictures. So this is maybe I think this could be the front side. Then this is on the side, and this is on the other side. So this is, you can say this is the front side. This is the front side. This is the back side of it. Okay, the other side of the front side. So we don't know, and they are building this. Possibly from this side the line will come, and the station is sort of elevated. I don't know why, but it is elevated. It looks like. Once it's made, maybe we will know exactly. But from this, nothing was much was visible. But this looks like the line will be at an elevated path. So this is as of December 2022. I thought I will just show it.
This is Tupul, right?
No, this is in. I don't know what will the name of the station, but it is about 12-13 kilometers from the main city. I don't know why they couldn't take it near the city. There was some reason why it is built so much outside the city.
Land acquisition.
Thank you, sir.
So you've done the valuation yourself, and we have 8 people who've scored better than the rest of us in no order of preference. we have basically what happens is we have 8 people and we divided you into 4 teams of 2 each, and we have the 4 teams seated.
उधर से इसमें आएगा तो कैच हो रहा है तो you just
ठीक है मेरे को बिना चेंज डाल के बंद कर रहे हैं.
जियो फेंसिंग है क्या?
अच्छा
टिकट नहीं निकलेगा
अच्छा वोडाफोन फेंसिंग नहीं है क्या? वोडाफोन फेंसिंग नहीं है. Anyway, so that's the way it goes. So let me first call the participants of the finals. So as I call out the names, please come up to the center table, and we have lots here. So there will be 4 teams, A, B, C and D, each team with 2 contestants each. So please pick a chit and stand along with us. Let us know which team you are. So in no order of preference, Aditya Vaidyanathan. Wonderful. So let's have the same cheering for all of us. Arjun Gopal. Take it. Yeah, let me know which team you are. So wonderful. Aditya is team B, right? Team B. Dot C. Arjun is team C. It's better to keep all of them together. Or we can have it here. That's better. I mean, if it's better for the contestants to be seated in front, because there's not much space here, and there'll be a little bit of an issue moving around between the teams. So let's all move the screen to the side, and then you won't be able to see the questions at all. Pardon? Stage clear, light Anyway, the next person is Sampath Kumar of Madgaon. The usual suspects. And Trayambak Oza. Right? Teammate. You can come here. Sampath and Trayambak, please come. This will be A. Where is Arjun? Coming back. Anyway. And Avinash Patil. Pramod Kommatil.
As usual, Ganesh bhai.
And Anirudh Iyer. Yeah, we have a quiz group going, and this guy scores better than the question master all the time, so there's no surprise at all that he is part of the finals. And rounding it off. Any guesses? Anybody else? Rounding it off, I meant. Ganesh Iyer. Okay, so Trayambak and Sampath team A. Team A. So we have the end of a train with an X mark, and then we have another train with a destination board, and then we have a target sign. Maybe the seniors. Srirangapatna. Team B.
Any teams in Odaya?
Any teams in Odaya. Okay, Anirudh is partly right. He overthought it a bit. The Kaveri and Tipu did not have an RSA. Straightforward answer. Tipu had its own rake and that had target at its end. So 5 points, half points to team D, right? Yeah. So back then, we had, it was this X at the end of the trains was not ubiquitous. In our MG days, we had some trains with this target sign at the end of the rake. Yes, the bullseye. Yeah. So target was, Tipu was with me. Yeah. So we have the business of letting out the results, and we had 2 teams with the correct guess of the theme. And there was a kind of an indication also in one of the questions. Anybody with any guess? So we only had questions about major stations. So all the venues of IRFCA conventions till date. That was the theme. So all the questions pertaining to Udaramandalam, Chennai, Bhusavan, all these. So we got Team D and Team C with the correct theme.
Ask one question about Bhilai.
Now please don't go and break taps because I did not ask you about Bhilai. I know you are a good humored guy, so you will take it all in the right sense. Pardon? You tell me I know what tap to break and I'm going to do it without anesthesia, but poor guy, Shadi Shuda hai, naya shadi kiya hai, chhod do usko. Anyway, so business of announcing the winners. Fortunately, thankfully, we don't have any ties. Thankfully for me, because I am spared the coffee with Kuwaiter. I want coffee. So, okay, in reverse order. Team B qualified with 20 points. Pramod and Aditya. Let's have a big round of applause for the finalists. So if I was in that position, I would not have been that also. I don't know how many questions I would have answered. Right, then Team B and then Team C, Ganesh and Arjun Gopal. Then runners up, Anirudh Iyer and Avinash Patil. And the winners of the quiz, Sampat Kumar and Prabha Kota. Thank you very much.
The 18th convention. So we have called for bids online and we have received 2 bids. So it's going to be a straight fight between the 2. So I will now call upon both the bidders to please present their case, and once we have that in place, we will give them enough time to do some campaigning, vote buying, whatever you can call that. Okay? And tomorrow morning, the voting will take place. What time is the breakfast, sir? 8:30 is the breakfast. So the moment you come down for breakfast, you will have to cast your vote and head to the breakfast. And the results will be announced maybe around tea time. Proper ballot paper vote. Okay? No diversions allowed.
Names of the places?
They are going to present. So, can I call upon the first bidder, the team of Trayambat Ocha?
Singapore.
He will hold the convention in Singapore Road. No, I'm just joking. Okay.
Shimla.
So this is a bid from Shimla.
Hello everyone. I think the slide I made it right at the end a while ago. So we welcome you to the Queen of Conventions. We have named it like that, and Shimla 2024, an experience like none other. We are planning to give it something different this time, inspired from Vicheyadi's legendary hospitality as well as the experiences which he has given in past. So we want to basically, why Shimla? So it's the queen of hill stations, doesn't need much of an introduction. With an unparalleled history of hospitality and tourism legacy from the time of British. It was the summer capital of India. We do it during the month of winters with great chances of encountering snow. Something which is very unique, except now which we see in Kashmir. And it's a treasure trove for lovebirds with spectacular locations in the hills, whoever want to, as well as for rail lovers with a railway experience that is truly UNESCO certified, which we make a nice joke of. And if you like to go around and look around, and presentations with closed conference rooms seems monotonous, then Shimla will promise to elevate the experience to the next level of an event. Basically, these are the locations we intend to cover: the Kano Viaduct, the Kalka Shed, Barot Tunnel, and a lot of other things, basically dependent on the weather as well as how we arrange. The steam as well, and the other historical tourist attractions as well. There are a lot of things to see around Shimla. I don't think so that needs a lot of explanation, to be honest. And the team covering this needs not much of introduction. Our Danda Master Shashankananda, Bharat Moro as well, and myself among others who would be willing to host you very happily. Bharat, come. Sachin, come. So Shanks could not make it, of course, but I hope we guys are able to satisfy whatever you want to experience in Shimla, and we want to welcome you.
Not everything.
Whatever.
Careful with your words. No, not a chance.
No Sridhar Joshi jokes, please.
No Sridhar Joshi jokes.
No petrol jokes.
Yeah, that's very short.
That's it.
Yeah, so give us your votes. That's all.
Thank you.
So if you don't give your votes, your ID will, forum ID will be deleted. Okay. Thanks Goldie and team for this bid. And now I call upon the second bidder. Where did he vanish off suddenly? Okay. That's the bid from Shishir Jairam and team. Okay, Dr. Hingirish is going to present you on behalf of the team.
Thank you, Rich. Sir, it's out. Okay, anyway, while that loads, have you had any, Rich, have you told them about our bid, a little bit of our bid? You have not told them anything at all. I think we'll let you guess. So considering where we are from, what do you think our bid venue will be? Mysore.
Bangalore.
PVC. Chikkodi Road. Good. India. Makali Durga. Say it again. Makali Durga. If I had a sweet meat, I would have given you. Thank you very much. There you go. Bekal, Goa.
यहाँ भी क्विज चालू है, आधा वोट यही कट जाएगा।
और क्या करूँ यार, पेशा तो ये है, मेरा काम यही है, हाथ में चाकू है, काटूंगा नहीं तो और क्या करूँगा। SMVB.
Nainital.
Nainital. I am from Bangalore. Nainital is very far. I would very much like to do.
Being from Chennai, he organized.
Everybody is not Visaya. Visaya is like a जो चलता फिरता देवता है. Krishnarajapuram. Sakleshpur. Something that is unique across the railways. Dudhsagar. Sampige Road. Singapura Road. Okay. Anyway. So thanks for being with me. That was just to grab your attention, just while that was loading. Right, so that is our plan. Yes. So we invite you for the next convention, we invite you for the voting, and we beseech your votes in order that we may be able to host you guys on the Sakleshpur Subramanya Road Ghat section, which is again a unique place like no other. Probably the last days of diesel in the Indian Railways, considering the speed with which complete electrification is happening. So we've had conventions in hill stations, we've had conventions in steam sheds, probably loco sheds, we've had conventions in museums, we've had 2 conventions in the sweaty city of Chennai, but have we had conventions on a train while it was moving? I don't think. We've had field visits, but we've not had conventions on the train as such. So that is our pitch. So on day 1, we'll all get together at Yeshwantpur at 7 o'clock in the morning when the Yeshwantpur-Mangalore Express whistles and departs. And day 1 will be on the express. The USP is the Sakleshpur Ghat section, which is one of the most breathtaking, more than 50 tunnels, plenty of bridges, scenery that you can never fill your tummy with. And then we'll chug into Mangalore, and while we do so, we'll have a wonderful breakfast spread at Sakleshpur where the train stops for attachment of breakers. We'll have breakfast at Sakleshpur. We'll descend down the ghats, coffee plantations either side, lots of gushing rivulets. In fact, one of the journeys on top of this, in this section, won the Trip Report of the Year award 2-3 years back. So a pulsating section. Yeah, we have put up a picture of the Vista Dome, but the Vista Dome is for the commoners. For us, it is the unreserved SLR coach right next to the motor. So let us hope we can get at least a 2S coach, if not the SLR. So we plan to host the convention. The first day of convention, we plan to spend it on the 2S unreserved coach or reserved coach for us. And then it's going to be fun, adventurous. And then as we get into Mangalore, we will be awash with a surfeit of coastal experiences, coastal cuisine, the beaches, the sunsets. And then of course, whenever we talk about Malnad, the convention in Karnataka, at least film lore is to talk about the attractiveness of the people there. And then we will have Karavadi food, railway lines wise, plenty of DP4s, bankers, breakers, and plenty of, pardon?
Now white elephants also.
White elephants on the Konkan Railway, not on the Southwestern Railway. So we are pitching for Southwestern Railway and the diesel convention. Right? Next slide, please. So a lot of our organizing teams have been part of organizing teams of no fewer than 5 conventions. So, well, you may have some doubts as to how the organization will be and what will go into it. A lot of people have a lot of experience, a lot of well-oiled well-oiled pot bellies and bald heads working. So rest assured, we'll give you 110% to make sure that it's a smooth convention. So please vote for Sakleshpur Subramanya Road 2024. Thank you.
I will vote for that. Thank God, that was wonderful. So either we go up the hill or go through the hills. Down the hill, okay, down the hill. Yeah. One up the hill or down the hill, yeah. So that was quite interesting. So the voting will happen tomorrow morning at 8:30 right here. We'll be having the ballot boxes and you'll be given ballots signed by our chief election officer, Sri VSP.